Howdy, my sisters and brothers. Today I want to make a video about the birth of Lord Rama. Leading up to the birth of Lord Rama, since we're all stuck at home with this virus situation in the world, and Ram Navami is Thursday, I want to get us all prepared in a way that we can do our puja and our prayers at home. So I'll tell the story leading up to the birth of Lord Rama. And then on another video, I'll do a puja, complete Lord Rama puja, so that you can follow on and do your puja at home. All right. So let me start with a couple of prayers. Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Bhagwaan Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Virvaram Sadgurum Brahma Virvaram Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Neelam Bhujasyamalako Sita Samaropita Vamabhagam Pano Mahashaya Kacharu Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvam Shanatam Namami Ramam Raghuvam Shanatam. So in Tulsidas Ji's Ramayana, there are many different stories, several different stories about, why Lord Rama had to be born. What's the cause of his birth? Who knows what's the cause of his birth? Actually, it does say later on, for the destruction of the wicked and for the protection of the sadhus. But there are all sorts of little stories, little bahanas that come into play, that why Lord Rama had to take birth here on this earth. One of the stories has to do with Ravana and how Ravana was such a wicked person and creating havoc on this earth. And so Bhagwaan had to come to liberate Ravana. Sometimes we say to kill Ravana. Bhagwaan doesn't have to come to kill anybody. Huh? Look, this virus is killing lots of people. Bhagwaan doesn't need to come to do that. Bhagwaan comes to reestablish dharma, to protect the sadhus, and to get rid of the wicked also. But anyway, I'll tell this story briefly. If you want to see a beautiful narration of this story, please look at Ramanand Sagar's videos. They're on YouTube. They're amazingly well done, and you could get sucked into it and enjoy it completely. But I'll tell the story briefly, and then I'll go into the deeper meaning of this story, which is, the thing for us here, to go into the deeper meaning of these stories, how they apply to us, and all of that. So there were these two servants of the Lord, Jai and Vijay, guarding his door, Supreme Lord Narayana. And, they were supposed to behave really well, really courteously and kindly because they have the highest position. They're not guarding my door or your door. They're guarding Bhagwan's door. So the highest is expected of them. Somehow they behave foolishly and the Sanat Kumars curse them. oh, you're behaving like wicked demons, you're going to become demons if that's what you want to do. And so they were born as Ravan and Kumbhakaran. Jai and Vijay was born as Ravan and Kumbhakaran. Now, after the Sanat Kumars reflected a little bit, they said, oh, but we shouldn't have been so harsh with them. Anyway, what will happen is that we will go also. We will go as Vibhishan to teach them and to support them and to get them out of this calamity and this situation that they got put in. Bhagwan also reflected, and Bhagwan says, well, they're my servants, so the buck stops with me. I am ultimately responsible. If I'm the boss and my employees behave badly, I am ultimately responsible. I have to make amends. So Bhagwan says, my people behave badly. They're going to become demons or rakshas. So I'll go. I'll go to watch over them and liberate them from that situation. So after that, Bhagwan came as Sri Ram to liberate Ravan and Kumbhakaran. Now, this story of Ravan and Kumbhakaran and Vibhishan has a lot of deep significance. When they were born, these three boys, little boys, right? They started to meditate. Even the Rakshasa, they started to meditate. So you and I should definitely do some meditation. So they meditated on the Supreme Lord Brahma. Brahma is the creator of this one, Brahmanda, this one cosmos. So they meditated and meditated and meditated, and Brahmaji appeared. You know, if we call our mother, call, eventually she will have to appear. You know, of course you might ignore, but if we keep calling, Ma, if we call with love and with like urgency and all of that stuff, she will have to appear. She will just have to leave whatever she's doing and show up. So Brahmaji left whatever he was doing and he showed up because these three boys were calling on him and praising him and begging him, pleading with him. So he showed up and he says, okay, what do you want? What are you calling? And then I'm going to share this screen with you for a second here. And so he showed up. What do you want? Ravan, who was the eldest, says, I don't want to die. I just want to live forever and ever. I want to be immortal. Brahmaji says, well, I don't have the power to give that kind of burden. You know, if I'm the immigration officer, I can give you a visa, but I can't, you know, forgive you for any wrong you did. The president can like pardon your crimes and all of that. I can't do that. You know, so I don't have that kind of power. I can create, but anything I create must die. There must be an end. Everything that has a beginning with me must have an end. And then Ravan considered, and he says, okay, so be it. The only way I could die, the only way I could get out of this life here is through Nar and Vanar. So he chose Nar and Vanar. Nar is human beings and Vanar is monkeys. And I'm going to tell you the significance of all of that later on. Kumbhakarana, sorry, was the second brother, right? You know, Guyana, we say Kumbhakaran, like that. But Kumbhakarana was the second brother, and you know, he was just a little bit lazy or a lot lazy, and he just wants to eat. So he was thinking, if I could eat for 6 months and sleep for 1 day, and then wake up and eat for 6 months and sleep for 1 day, it would be nice. But this Kumbhakarna was so big, huge person, that the gods were like, oh my God, if he eats 6 months, everybody else will starve. So the gods quickly begged Saraswatima and they twisted his mind. And instead of asking for 6 months to eat, he asked for 6 months to sleep and 1 day to eat. Thank God, thank God. So he got his burden, sleep for 6 months and eat for 1 day. So quickly Brahmaji says, Tataastu. Before he caught himself and changed his mind, Brahmaji says, Tataastu. So be it, so be it. And Brahmaji moved on to Vibhishan, who was the youngest brother. Vibhishan says, may I always be devoted to the Lord, and may my devotion ever increase. Keep rising and rising and rising. Is it important? We should never be like the full moon. We should be like the new moon, always growing and growing and growing with our devotion. So these three fellas asked for these three bardhans. Brahmaji said Tatastu, and he left. Now, why are there three brothers? Our scriptures says that Maya, which is what this whole world is, Maya has these three qualities. Maya has a sattvic aspect, a rajasic aspect, and a tamasic aspect. Everything in this creation has this rajasic, tamasic, and sattvic aspect. So sattvic aspect would be kind, peaceful, seeing the whole thing as one, um, acting very selflessly. A rajasic aspect would be greed, power, money, me, like that. Very active, but just for me. A tamasic aspect would be dull and lazy, always putting things off, or even when doing things, doing it so that it causes harm to other people. That's tamasic aspect. Now, everything in this creation has these three aspects. If you look at plants, there are some plants that are very useful, like tulsi and other herbs and turmeric and ginger and all of that. Very useful, sattvic aspect. Very kind, very helpful to everybody. Mango trees like that, you know. And then there's some plants that just want to take over your garden and ruin everything. Weeds and vines and creepers, and they just want to take over everything. So those are the rajasic plants. Then there are some plants which are tamasic, you know, thorny and very dangerous if you touch them, poisonous, poison ivy, and like that. So plants have a sattvic kind, mostly sattvic, right? Because everything in this universe has all three. Everything has a combination of sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic, but in different combinations. So in the tulsi plant, the sattvic is predominant. In the other kinds, the weeds, the rajasic is predominant. In the poison ivy, the tamasic is predominant. Now in animals, it's the same thing, huh? So we have some animals like the cows, very sattvic. You know, everything they do is to help other people. Their milk, their dung, their everything. Very sattvic animals, very kind, very loving, very dear to Bhagwan. Then we have some animals that are rajasic. They just like to eat and kill. For me and mine, tigers, lions, like that. Then we have some animals, um, you know, poisonous, snakes, scorpions, like that. So they are the tamasic ones. Like that we have sattvic animals, rajasic animals, tamasic animals. Now again, remember they're not just completely sattvic. Everything has these three. It's just which one is predominant. Human beings now. We have some human beings who are predominantly sattvic, like the Mahatmas, you know, Swami Chinmayananda, Swami Vivekananda, Swami Shivananda, you know, so many Swamis online you see now, predominantly sattvic. They just want the world to be happy. They dedicate their life and their efforts to the world. Then there are some people who are predominantly rajasic, just me. 1 million is not enough. Let's make another million. Oh, how about a trillion? Oh, people are in disaster. Oh, let's increase the price so that we can make some more. So predominantly rajasic. Not for helping anybody. If anybody gets some help, that's just a side effect. I'll create some little non-profit organization to fool people that I want to help. But really, I just want to make more and more for me and my family. Rajasic. There's some people who are predominantly tamasic. They just look for ways to hurt other people. They look for ways to destroy society, destroy the earth, destroy everything. Or on the other side, they just sleep and eat, nothing more. Sleep and eat. See this Kumbhakarna, um, he was alone, but he has many children and many grandchildren in this world. All you have to do is look in the mirror or look around in your house. So many people just want to eat and sleep, postpone everything. Oh, you're gonna go to Mandir, 9 o'clock. Oh, 9 o'clock. Oh, you know. So many people just eat and sleep, postpone everything. You know, or just me and mine. Very few are very sattvic. That's why also Tulsidas ji puts them. You know, Kumbhakarna is the biggest one. He's huge because he represents the most of us right now. Then Ravan was next because many people are very greedy in this world right now. Then Vibhishana was the smallest one because fewer number of people are sattvic like that. All right, now this Rajasic, this Tamasic, this Sattvic is in Ravan, is in Kumbhakarna, and then in this Vibhishana, right? Now, it's also in me. There are times when I'm very sattvic early in the morning. There are times when I just get busy, busy, busy accomplishing for me and mine. And then by evening, I'm cranky and look, get out of my way. And, and then there's happy hour so I can take a few drinks and become more dull and whatever. So at different times of the day, different moods, different things happening, I'm predominantly sattvic. Sometimes I'm rajasic. Sometimes I'm tamasic. Like that, all of us. And like that, the world also. Like that, Ravan, Kumbhakarna, and Vibhishan. And like that, the whole world. Like that, everything. Some places sattvic, some places tamasic, some places uh, um, rajasic, and it shifts back and forth, back and forth. So if Ravan was Rajasic, so what? Now I have to look at myself, whether I am Rajasic, whether I am predominantly Tamasic, whether I am predominantly Sattvic. And the nice thing is that us human beings, we can change that. Animals can change that. The poison ivy can say, I'm going to become a Tulsi plant. I'm going to become Sattvic. The snake can say, I'm going to become a cow. But human beings can be nasty, wicked, horrible creatures. And in one lifetime, we can shift. We have so many examples in the scriptures, but we can look in our own lives also, how we shifted. Look in our families' lives. So many of us, let's say I used to eat meat and I used to indulge in this and that, and now I give that up. So I change. I become more and more sattvic. I used to go to party and all of that all the time, all the time. Now I go to satsang mostly. I can change. I used to listen to all kind of heavy metal music with lots of curse and so on. Now I listen to more meditation music. I can change. The human beings can change. We can move and we have to move. That's the gift of this human life. Especially now it's a prayers to Saraswati Ma. With this intellect, we can think and we can move and we can evolve. So the trick of this life is to evolve so that we're predominantly sattvic in all our actions, in everything. You see, the Gita describes this, that everything we do can be categorized. Our faith, our sacrifice, our food, our tapas, our knowledge, our karma, everything we do can be put into these three categories. Look, let's say I'm giving some charity and I give the charity, please use this in the best way possible, you know, um, so that the world is better. I don't need my name to be called or anything. That way. Now, if I give something and I say, listen, I want you to announce my name and I want a plaque on the wall donated by Madan Gurdial, and I have a lot of money, and when I die, I want you to build a hospital, but I want it to say my name. So it's all about me and mine and my name and my fame, like that. Or I could give some charity and I say, listen, I want you to use this to kill those people over there. So even my charity can be sattvic or rajasic or tamasic. My sleep self, if I sleep and I wake up fresh and ready to pray and all of that, sattvic. If I sleep and I wake up like cranky and like rajasic. If I sleep and I wake up and I want to sleep some more and I just want to stay in bed and cover up, tamasic. Like that. So here our Swamiji tells one joke. He says two ladies were just doing whatever they were doing, and one of them says, "Hey, did you wake up grumpy this morning?" And she said, "No, no, no. I didn't wake him up. I just let him sleep. I just let him sleep," like that. So our Swamijis are so good at filling in this space with all sorts of nice jokes also, so that we keep listening. Anyway, I'm on a mission here to complete this, so not too many jokes. Anyway, so here we are, us human beings. We're not like the lowest level. We're not the highest level. We're like on this platform here. And you see, then we can either go down the stairs or we can go up the stairs. To go down the stairs is very simple, huh? You take a ball and you lose it, it will bounce down, 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 down. To go down is very simple. You make one mistake and then it leads to another one, it leads to another one. To go up takes effort and takes grace and takes Bhagwan's blessing and take the Gurudeva's guidance to go up. So we are at that Rajasic kind of level. If we act foolishly, we'll go down Tamasic. And if we act nicely, we go up Sattvic. Gita says, wherever we die, if we die in a predominantly Sattvic mood, what happens to us? If we die in a predominantly Tamasic mood, we go to lower levels like that. It also says that if we die remembering Bhagwan's name in our lips, which is very hard to do, the last breath, this one is more relevant. If we can die in a predominantly sattvic way, where our food is sattvic, our music is sattvic, our dress is sattvic, our house is sattvic, our friends are sattvic, our associations are sattvic, like that. All right? Really, these are the three dials of our lives. We can always look, like you have a dashboard, you can look and see when your gas is low or when the engine is overheating, like that. So we can always check, am I being sattvic right now? I'm being cranky. Um, my my head is not working so well because I had, two drinks or because I need to sleep or something like that. So these dials here are our gauge, how we can always adjust. We can notice and then stop and switch, stop and switch, stop and switch. And we have the tools to stop and switch. Chant something, call somebody who supports your spirituality, you know, stop and switch, move towards sattvic. So just reviewing, the sattvic is the nature of knowledge, the nature of light, the nature of purity, the nature of peace, the nature of happiness, the nature of selflessness. Rajasic is the nature of greed, activity, passion, restlessness, longing, thirst, like that. Tamasic is the nature of ignorance, wrong thinking, dullness, laziness, heedlessness, idleness, sleep, like that, right? So this tamasic nature veils the intellect, so you don't think so well, you don't make so good choices. When you have a few drinks, I can't sign that paper now because I'm not thinking so well. Tamasic qualities veil the intellect, cover up the intellect. Rajasic qualities agitate the intellect. You can't sit quiet. You have to just, you're at a meeting and you're click, 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 click with that pen all the time or doodling something. Rajasic aspects they agitate the mind, and sattvic things make the mind peaceful so that that divine can reflect brightly and superbly on that intellect, right? The sattvic aspect makes us peaceful and closer to Bhagwan. Anyway, back to our story. So Ravan now got this power that, he will live mostly. Only Nar and Vanar could get rid of him, and he had no respect for them anyway. Man and monkeys, what to do? So gods and Rakshas and mountains and rivers, everything, nothing can affect him. So he had control over everything, and he started to dominate, dominate, dominate the earth. He started to uh, command all the forces of nature, the wind and the fire, and they say like Vayu and Agni and all of that. He started to command them and command everything. And he was like God on this earth, They said he had 10 heads. Sometimes they said Dasanan, 10 mouths. If he had 10 heads, he would have 10 mouths, huh? Meaning one mouth is not enough for him. He wanted to eat and eat, enjoy, because we enjoy mostly through the mouth. But he wanted, one wife wasn't enough. He had to kidnap everybody's wife. One palace wasn't enough, like that. 10 times, whatever was going to please more people, 10 times more, meaning 100 times more he needed. Sometimes you see him with these 10 heads with one on top so that it balances. But the one on top looks like a donkey because he doesn't think properly. Right? So he was conquering the earth, conquering everybody, conquering everything. And then the gods, the devas, the phenomenal forces, as our Gurudev calls them, were getting worried. What to do, what to do, what to do. Mother Earth was getting sick and overwhelmed. Mother Earth says, oh gosh, I can bear all kind of things, but this sinner, Ravan, is crushing me. Mother Earth went to the gods and says, please, please, please help me. The gods were like, please, please, please. We can't even help ourselves. How are we going to help you? This Ravan is in control of everything and dominating everything. They put their heads together. They went to Brahmaaji. Brahmaaji says, please, 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 I don't have any power over this now. This is beyond me. Let's try to find this Supreme Lord Narayan. And they were looking for this Lord Narayan here and there, and everybody was saying where he might be. Mother Parvati asked Lord Shiva because Lord Shiva was telling her the story. Mother Parvati looked at him and said, but you were there? You didn't tell him where they could find this Lord? He says they were so busy prattling, 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 everybody giving their opinion. I didn't have a chance. But when I had a chance, I told them, wherever the Lord is remembered with love, he shows up. So they remembered that and they heard Shankar Bhagwan. And they said, well, then let's remember the Lord with some love. And they started to sing. They started to love the Lord and sing his praises. Right? So I'll sing this here. This is the Chanda from the Ramayana where they were praising the Lord and begging for his help. Jaya Jaya Suranayaka Jana Sukadayaka Pranatapala Bhagavanta Kodvijahitakari Jaya Asurari Sindhu Suta Priya Kanta Palana Suradarani Adabutakarani Maramana Janai Koi Jo Sahaja Kripala Dina Dayala Karau Anugrasoi Jaya Jaya Vinasi Sabagatabasi Vyapaka Paramananda Abhigata Goti Tana Charita Punitam Maya Raheta Mukunda Jahilagi biragi ati anuragi bigata moha muni brinda nisibasaradhyavahim gunagana gavahim jayati sachidananda Jai Shrishti Upai Trividapanai Sangasaya Naduja Sokara U Aghari Chinta Hamari Janiya Bhagati Na Puja जो भव भय बन जन मुनि मनरन जन गण जन विपति बरूता मन बचक्रम बानी चारि सयानी शरण सकल सुर जूता शारद श्रुति शेषा ऋषय अशेषा जा कहूँ को नहीं जाना जेहि दीन पियारी बेर पुकारी दो श्री भगवाना भव भव बारिधि मन डर सब विधि सुंदर गुण मंदिर सुख पुंजा मुनि सिद्ध सकल सुर परम भयातुर नमतनाथ पर कंजा मुनि सिद्ध सकल सुर परम भयातुर नमतनाथ पर कंजा मुनि सिद्ध सकल सुर परम भयातुर नमतनाथ पर कंजा. So like this they prayed and they prayed for that Bhagwan to come and to come to earth, and Bhagwan says, yes, 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 I'm coming. Don't worry, I already make arrangements. I'm coming. Where are you coming, Bhagwan? I'm coming to the house of Kaushalya Maharani and Dasharatha Maharaj. In some other life they had prayed, they had prayed and meditated and they wanted a son like me, and I told them, listen, there's no son like me. I'll have to come myself. So I'm coming, patience. Bhagwan was like, this Mother Earth is another spouse, another Dharmpatni of this Bhagwan. Lakshmi Ma is one and Mother Earth is another one. Now, if my wife is in problems, do I need the neighbor to come and tell me? Bhagwan was like, I know, but thank you for telling me. But we have to ask. If there's a job and I don't apply, I'm not going to get the job. I have to apply. So we have to put in our application with Bhagwan, even though he's Antarayami, he knows everything. He knows whatever is in our hearts. So they put in the application, Bhagwan says, I'm coming. The gods were happy, they left. They just went to do whatever they were doing. They went to have some tea or something, some tea and cookies. And Brahmaaji says, these gods, what kind of people are they? So Brahmaaji called them back. Brahmaaji says, listen, that Supreme Lord is coming to earth as man. to help us out. You don't think you should do your part? So he's coming as Nar, you should go as Vanar. Because why? Because you're acting like monkeys right now. So you should go. You should be some monkeys. Just kidding, huh? So because Ravana had asked for Nar and Vanar exception, the Bhagwan is coming as Nar, the son at Dasharatha Maharaj's house. So Brahmaaji told these gods, take some other form. So, because the gods can be in different places all the time, different places. So appear in Kishkinda as monkeys and wait there for Bhagwan to come. Some of them were like bears also, right? And some were like monkeys. Jamwant was there. They said, you're not going, Brahmaaji? Brahmaaji says, I'm there. I've been there for a long time as Jamwant. Jamwant is an incarnation of Brahmaaji, right? So they're there. The bears, they like to hibernate and sleep a long time. They represent our tamasic aspect. The monkeys, they like to scratch and jump, and even when they're sitting, they're scratching each other, searching each other's hair for something. So they can't rest. They're like our mind. Our mind can't rest. Even when we're sitting still, it's playing with something, some idea, some thought, some mischievous thing it's playing with. Anyway, so Bhagwan says, I'm coming, I'm coming. I'm coming in the house of Dasharatha and Kaushalya. So let's see the story of Dasharatha and Kaushalya a little bit and see what we can make out of that story. This one here. So Dasharatha Maharaj was the king of Ayodhya. No yuddha. Means opposite. Shanti means peace. Ashanti means not peace. So yuddha is where there's war, where there's enmity, where there's problem, where there's jealousy, where there's fighting. Ayodhya is that place where there's no enmity, no fighting, no jealousy, no hatred. If our hearts become Ayodhya, Bhagwan will definitely show up there. Right? So this story is happening out in the world, but it's happening in our hearts also. Everything that happens in the macrocosm in the universe happens in the microcosm, which is us, in our own minds, like that. The whole universe has, they say, 33 crores of gods. This body has all sorts of powers and different parts also watching over it. Anyway, so if our hearts become Ayodhya, then Bhagwan will definitely appear there also. Dasharatha. Dasharatha or Dasharatha, sometimes. Dasharatha is Das is 10, right? 10, 110. Ratha, something that's moving. Rat is something meant for moving. You move with the chariot, the rat. So this Dasharatha is this body which is meant for moving from tamasic to sattvic, moving from this earth to Bhagwan, moving closer to Bhagwan, becoming one with Bhagwan. It's meant for that. What are the 10 wheels of this Ratha, this body? The 5 sense organs and the 5 organs of actions, right? So the sense organs, they're called Jnanendriyas, eyes, ears, tongues, nose, and skin. And then the 5 karma indriyas, hands, legs, tongue for speaking, anus, and genitals. So this Dasharatha represents this body which is meant for moving, and when we have to take care of this body, it's meant for moving, it's meant to take us to Bhagwan. If we don't take care of this body, it's not going to get to the goal. The Gita also has the symbolism of this chariot. Bhagwan is driving this chariot. So we have a chariot. I'm not going to go into all the symbolisms of the chariot here. Some other place I'll do that. But if we don't take care of this chariot, it's going to crash and we're not going to get to our destination. It's going to die and we're not going to get to our destination. We have to take care of this rat that we have and use the sense organs and the organs of knowledge to get us to Bhagwan. So Dasharatha Maharaj wanted a son. So he had 3 paths, 3 main paths. He had Kaushalyama and Sumintrama and Kaikahima. To get to this Bhagwan, there are 3 main paths here. The path of knowledge, which is Kaushalyama. So whenever she speaks, you will hear high knowledge. She's always very sensible. Her emotions are there also, but she's not run by her emotions. She's run by her knowledge. She's the one who calms everybody and who speaks sense and who sees things from the higher perspective. So she represents the path of knowledge. So Mintrama represents the path of bhakti, selfless service. If there's devotion, There must be selfless service. If you love somebody, you're not doing anything for the person. What kind of love is that? When there's real love, there is sacrifice. The lover sacrifices for the beloved. The lover wakes up before, if I love this baby, I wake up before the baby, I take care of the baby, I feed the baby before I eat, I sleep after the baby, I wash for the baby, I clean for the baby. No complaints or anything like that. So Sumintrama, with her two sons later on, we'll see, represents this bhakti, selfless service. Kaikeyi-ma represents the path of karma. She was very active, very rajasic, full of energy and all of that. And she was even driving the chariot for Raja Dasharatha, as you probably saw in this Ravana Sagar's video someplace. So she represents the path of karma, action. Now, when the karma is selfless, when the karma is whole and nice and wonderful, serving, everything is good. But when the karma becomes selfish, later on, when she asked for her son to become king and Bhagwaan to go to the forest, when the karma becomes selfish, it destroys the family, it destroys everything. So Kaikeyi-ma represents the path of karma. So Raja Dasharatha had these three paths to get a son, right? The path of knowledge, the path of bhakti, the path of karma. These three paths to get to Bhagwaan, because he wanted Bhagwaan as a son, right? So these three paths are available to us also. The path of knowledge, the path of bhakti, the path of karma. And then again, we don't have to just do knowledge. If we just do knowledge, it's boring and dry. The knowledge must have some bhakti in it, right? Some love in it. If you don't love the knowledge, you're not going to learn the knowledge. If you're going to school and you don't love the chemistry, you're not going to put so much effort. But the subjects that you love, you put more effort. So the knowledge must go hand in hand with love. And if you love something and you don't know anything about it, you'll love, but you're an ignorant person doing all the wrong things, right? So if you love this person and you don't know anything about how to take care of this person, you're going to end up hurting the person. So the love must go hand in hand with knowledge. And then this body is meant to do lots of karma, because, what else are we going to do? We have to serve. And when we serve this humanity, we're really serving the Lord. So the path of karma is extremely important, especially for us householders. Anyway, Dasharatha Maharaj wanted a son. He got married once, no son. He got married again, no son. He got married again, no son. He keeps trying. He goes to different doctors and different fertility clinics. Like nowadays, people go to fertility clinics. He did everything. All sorts of things he did to get a son. Nothing happening. Eventually, he just turned to Guru Vasishta. Vasishta Muni was waiting, but Vasishta Muni had the answer, but he didn't volunteer the answer. Dasharatha Maharaj had to seek the answer. From that, I learned for myself. I give advice a lot, and most of the time the advice is useless because the people didn't ask for it. Here, the Guru is waiting for Dasharatha Maharaj to ask. Then he says, okay, I'm glad you came. Here is the answer. Bhagwan Krishna was there also. He could have told Arjuna the Gita a long time ago. He was waiting for Arjuna to ask. So like this, I'm learning. When I give advice, when it's not asked for, I should be okay not if they're not following it, right? But when they ask, it's a different time. Anyway, Vasish Muni says, yes, I'm glad you came. Yes, there's a way you could get a son. There's this particular puja that you can do. What puja, Gurudev? He told him. Well, okay, Gurudev, let's make preparations right away to do this puja. No. There's somebody more qualified than me to do this puja. You go ask. So Vasish Muni directed him to go ask some Swamiji, some Rishi Muni in the forest to do this puja. Kaikeyi-ma says, take the chariot, go quickly. Gurudev says, no, beggar, if you're going to go as a beggar, you can't go on a chariot. You have to go humbly. Go. And that's what Maharaj went barefooted, empty hand, and he begged, like that. There's this Buddhist story that the man went to the monk and he asked for something, and the monk didn't answer or anything. These Buddhist people, they don't talk too much. He just brought a cup and put it in front of the man, and then went and brought some coffee, and he started to pour and pour and pour. And the cup is full and flowing over on the table and running on the floor. Eventually, the man couldn't take it anymore. The man said, "What's the matter with you? Can't you see the cup is full and running over and all of that?" The monk says, "Yes, I can see. But us Buddhist people, we like to teach like this. This is for you to think that you are already full of some stuff. Unless you go empty yourself and come back, whatever I say will make no difference." So like that, we have to be empty. That's what Maharaj went humbly, but he also went with an open, humble heart. So physically and mentally, spiritually, all of that, we have to be just empty, clean, ready to receive. That's what Maharaj went. Swamiji says, yes, yes, I'm going to do your puja, especially that your Gurudev recommended. So he came, he did some puja to Agni Bhagwan. And Agni Bhagwan, during the puja, he appeared. Like, wow, he appeared. Yes, yes, yes. Swamiji explains that years ago, before this um, uh, incarnation of Lord Rama and Lord Krishna and all of that, the gods would just appear and the people would do puja to the gods. Later on, this Murti puja came because people lost that Shakti and that connection. He says, nowadays, you and I can't even get our children or our wives to appear. He says, son, bring me a cup of water. He says, I'm busy. He says, honey, bring me a cup of water. She says, why can't you get it yourself? So we can't even get our wife or children to appear or our husband to appear. Never mind God to appear. So Swamiji says, don't, not because you have a little bit of power, you think, that everybody has that little bit of power. So with this puja, Agni Bhagwan did appear. Yeah. I have this tendency to speak quickly, but somebody says, don't worry, I listen quickly also. So hopefully you're listening quickly, huh? So anyway, so Agni Deva appeared and give them something, for lack of a word, English will say some porridge, some payasam, something. He gave them something, some kheer, something. He says, listen, give this to your queens and they will definitely have some sons. So that's what Maharaj taught. He gave half to Kaushalya, he gave half to Kaikahima. They were so loving co-wives. They were just very loving with each other like sisters. There was no jealousy or anything. And so Kaushalya took half of hers, which becomes a quarter. She gives it to Kaushalya. Kaikahima saw and she did the same thing. She took half of hers and gave it to Kaushalya. After a while now, they became pregnant. Give it to Sumintrama, sorry. So Kaushalya gave half to Sumintrama, Kaikahima gave half to Sumintrama. Sumintrama had 2 shares. Kaushalya had 1 share, Kaikahima had 1 share. So after a while now, they became pregnant. All of them became pregnant. Everybody was so happy. The palace was glowing. Many women, when they become pregnant, they have this glow about them. You can imagine being pregnant with the Supreme Lord. The whole city was just glowing and glowing and glowing and glowing like that. Yeah. I'm thinking whether I should continue this or add this to the puja. I'll just continue this here. So the whole city was glowing. So somebody getting somebody pregnant here and some baby coming, all sorts of preparations you make, especially if you find out the gender of the baby. You paint the room blue or you paint it pink and you put little trucks at the top of the wallpaper or you put little umbrellas or something. You clean up and you prepare for this new arrival. You tell everybody you prepare for this new arrival. You have a baby shower, all kinds of things. Gifts are coming in. So if Bhagwan is coming, aren't people going to prepare? So these people in Ayodhya were selected people anyway. You and I was born in a place called Blackbush, never mind Ayodhya. But the people who were born in Ayodhya were very selected people. They were great Rishi Munis. The people who were born with Bhagwan Krishna were great Rishi Munis also. So here now, the people in Ayodhya were waiting for this time. Vasish Muni did not want to be some Purohit at some king's place. The only reason he took that job was because he knew Bhagwan was coming there. So everybody's waiting. Finally, Bhagwan is coming. Kaushalya is pregnant. Bhagwan is coming in a four-foal farm. 4 boys are going to be born. So everybody is so excited. Preparation like anything. Cleaning up, planting nice flowers, everything. Singing. Everybody is so nice to each other all the time also. Nature is also preparing. You see, springtime, nature prepares, huh? So the leaves are starting to become shine, and Guruji says it's like they took an oil bath. And the birds are singing, and Mother Nature, who has all sorts of precious gems and jewels, Golds and diamonds, where they come from? From Mother Earth. Mother Earth started to push them to the top. So gold, diamond was every place. All sorts of gems and jewels. All the birds who went away on vacation, they came back. They wanted to see the spectacle. Everybody. Rivers were flowing and gurgling and making nice, beautiful noises. The ponds were clean and bright and fresh, and all the lilies and flowers were opening up. So Jesus, the Ramayana also says, even the nighttime flowers were doing day duty here. Everybody was opening up. The sun was bright and it wasn't too hot. It wasn't too cold. It was just perfect. The wind was blowing. It was soft and cool and fragrant, Tulsidas, Jesus. Not heavy and harsh and tornado or anything. So everything, the stars were in the highest positions, meaning our values in our lives have to be in the highest positions. And then Bhagwan was about to come. Let's see here. It was the 9th day of the bright half of the sacred month of Chaitra. So Bhagwan came on Ram Navami day, the 9th day of the moon, right? And this 9 is very, very important. I'm going to go in a little bit of detail here. This 9 is very important because this 9 is the number of Brahman. You see, anything you multiply 9 by any number, it becomes 9 again. 9 times 2, 18. 1 plus 8, 9. 9 times 7, 56. 5 plus 4, 9. Like that. Anyway, so Bhagwan came on the 9th day of the month. And it was midday. Bhagwan Sri Ram came midday. Bhagwan Krishna came midnight. Narsingh Bhagwan came 6 o'clock. Vaman Bhagwan came 6 a.m. Bhagwan is always there. He is always on duty. Midnight, midday, evening, morning, Bhagwan is always on duty. And then Bhagwan can be found also in the joining time, when one time is ending and another time is starting. Very significant also. So many meanings in all these things. I'm rushing a little bit. I want to get some of it in, but I don't want to be like super long either. But this one more point I'll make here. Bhagwan comes in the joining time, when day is finished and night isn't start, when morning is finished and afternoon is about to start. Meaning when we're chanting also, like Bhagwan is in the spaces, in the quiet spaces. Om Nama. When the mind is quiet, in that little gap there, in between the Om and the Nama, that's where we find Bhagwan, in the quietness. Not in the chanting, in the quietness, in the spaces. When Bhagwan Krishna was dancing, in between every two gopis, there was one Krishna. In between the two gopis, there was one Krishna. So Bhagwan is easier to find in the joining spaces, like that. So everything was shining, the woods were full of flowers, the rivers were full of gems, and then Bhagwan appeared. So suddenly Bhagwan appeared to Mother Kaushalya in his forearm form, or suddenly there was some cry and all of that. And everybody was so happy in the palace, and everybody was running here and there, not knowing where to go, which direction to go. Vasish Muni came running. Dasharatha Maharaj says, chant something, chant something. He says, chant what? What to chant? Whatever we were chanting for was for him. Now he's here. Like what to chant, what Vedas on. Right now, I don't even remember if I have clothes on. Never mind to chant, because everybody was so happy. So we will chant this piece of the Ramayana where Bhagwan appeared. Please feel free to pick up your Ramayana and read this piece also. And then in the next video, I'll do the puja for Lord Rama, so you can follow at home. Naumi titi madhumasa punita sakala pacha abhijita hariprita madhya devasa atisi kanagama pavana kala loka visharama Sitala Surabi Bahubahu Arashita Sura Santana Manachau Vana Kusumita Giri Kana Maniara Chavahi Sakala Sarita Amritadara So Avasara Biranchi Jabajana Chale Sakala Sura साजी विमाना गगन विमल संकल सुरजूता गावही गुण गण डरब बरूता परशहि सुमन सु अंजलि साजी गह गहि गगन दुंदुबी बाजी स्तुति करहि नाग मुनि देवा बहुविधि लवहि निज निज सेवा सुर समूह विनती करी पूंछे निज निज धाम जग निवास प्रभु प्रगटे अखिल लोक विश्राम सियावज रामचंद्र की जय उमापति महादेव की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय बोलो भाई सब सनातन की जय. Sorry, my tune went. I was singing that tune, so I went into that tune with the Doha also. Anyway, so Bhagwan appeared, the Lord of the world appeared. The gods were so happy, they were playing their damrus and their jals and their everything, and they were dancing and they were showering flowers. And when Bhagwan appeared, they were like happy now. Their job is done. Bhagwan is going to take care of everything. So they went to their homes. Now Kaushalya is so happy. And then Tulsidas ji writes this beautiful chanda here that Bhagwan appeared for Kaushalya, but he can appear for us also. And Bhagwan told Kaushalya that, well, I had promised you, so I came. Kaushalya says, okay, now, but become like a child, because I don't want any of this. I want to enjoy you as a child. I don't want to like worship this Shankha Chakra Gada Padma form. I want to see you as a child. So Bhagwan became like a child and he started crying right away. And once he cried, and everybody from the palace knew a baby was born and they ran in. And then Bhagwan's Leela started right away with this crying. Huh? So this chand is right there in our mind, right after Bhagwan is born. So I'll sing this and I'll end for this session. Vaye pragat kripala dina dayala kausalya hitakari harashita mahatari Muni manahari adabhuta rupa bichari lochana abhirama tanugana shyama nija ayudha bhujachari bhushana banamala nayana visala sobha sindhu karari Karadui karajori astuti tori kehibidi karau ananta maya guna jnana tita amana Veda purana bananta Karuna sukha sagara sabaguna agara जहि गावहि श्रुति संता तो मम हित लागी जन अनुरागी पयु प्रगट श्री कंता ब्रह्मांड निकाया निरमित माया रोम रोम प्रतिबेरक है मम उरसो बासी यह उपहासी सुनत धीर मति तीरन उपजा जब ज्ञाना प्रभु मुस्काना चरित बहुत विधि की न चहे कही कथा सुहाई मातु बुझाई जही प्रकार सुत प्रेम लगे माता पुण्य बोली सोमति डोली तजहु तात यह रूपा की जय अति प्रियशीला यह सुख परम अनूपा सुनि बचन सुजाना रोदन ताना कोई बालक सुर भूपा यह चरित जिगावही हरि पर पावही ते न परहि बर कूपा यह चरित जिगावही हरि पर पावही ते न परहि भवकूपा विप्रदेनु सुर संतहिता लीन मनुज अवतार निज इच्छा निरमित तनु माया गुण गोपाल सियावर रामचंद्र की जय उमापति महादेव की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय बोलो भाई सब सनतन की जय जय सीताराम. So Kaushalya Ma gave birth to Bhagwan Shri Ram. Kaikeyi Ma gave birth to Bharata. And Sumitra Ma gave birth to two sweet little boys, Lakshmanas and Shatrughna. And all of that, the naming ceremony and all of that will happen. Again, please watch these Ramanand Sagar videos if you didn't watch them yet. They're so sweet. First time you watch them, you enjoy the stories. Second time you watch them, listen to the dialogue, read the translation, and just listen to the knowledge and the teachings there. All the teachings that we need are in this Sri Ramacharita-manas. I will upload this video today, and then tomorrow, hopefully, I will upload one with the puja so that you can follow and do the puja at home. Since in this time of crisis, we have to stay home. We can't go to any mandir or anything like that, right? So I'll close here. Oh, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. प्रेम से बोलो सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय.